Healthcare of our campers and staff is typically that of maintaining healthy lifestyles and habits. Other needs include dispensing of daily medications and treating minor injuries and illnesses. Those assisting with healthcare will be certified in CPR and first aid. Those campers having special healthcare needs must have approval before confirmation of enrollment from the camp director to assure proper healthcare can be provided. Staff will be trained to follow the branch emergency procedures identified under the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh Emergency Action Plan and camp health care procedures based on the type of emergency. When a life-threatening situation is present, the camp health care manager or designated staff person should activate 911 to let authorized EMS personnel care for the camper or staff member. Camp staff will do the following. Number 1. Stay with the afflicted camper staff member to provide what assistance they can until the ambulance arrives. Number 2. Contact the parent as soon as practical in the best interest of the camper. If the parent cannot be reached, all listed emergency contact persons should be contacted next. The camp director will record in writing the reason emergency care was required and the attempts made to inform the parent and emergency contact persons. Number 3. A staff person will accompany the camper to a source of emergency care and will remain with the camper until the parent assumes responsibility for the camper's care. Number 4. The camp director will document the manner in which emergency treatment was sought and obtained. File documentation will include information referenced relating to reporting injury, death, or fire, complete documents X, Y, and Z. Camp staff is trained in first aid, CPR, and universal precautions such as bloodborne pathogens, and YMCA branch/camp emergency procedures. Once training is completed, all certification records are copied and documented in personnel files. Staff is provided first aid kits containing universal precaution items, for example, rubber gloves and compresses. Health histories and appraisals. All signed and dated camper health histories will be kept on file for 7 years for ACA camps or until the camper reaches the age of 21, and only the health form to be kept for 1 year for licensed programs. On a weekly basis, the health histories are pulled on each camper within 24 hours of attending camp for that current week. The camp director reviews the health history for special needs and medications, then shares with specific camp staff and counselors. Current camper original enrollment packets, including health histories, are kept on file and are located in the YMCA Youth Enrichment Business Office. If it is noted on a camper's health history or an appraisal form that they take medication, a medication authorization form or medication log is completed in its entirety by the parent or guardian and signed in ink. When the form is completed, it will be distributed to the appropriate counselor who is responsible for the camper. Release forms are kept in a secure area. All medication must be prescribed by a physician and stored in its original container. It must have the camper's name, instructions for administration, and made inaccessible to campers at all times or in a locked area. If a physician prescribes over-the-counter medication, then a medication log form must be completed with a note from the physician. Only medications that are prescribed by a physician for an emergency medical purpose can be kept with the camper's counselor. If staff administers medication, but the camper refuses to take the medication, staff may not physically force the camper to do so. Parents should be called immediately and explain that the camper refused to take the medication. Note this on the medication release form.